Okay, let's start the recording with an okay as usual. So last time we left it off at this area here, which was doing the little call out, and this week we're going to start. We've basically finished with the concrete structure, and we're going to look at adding a roof. That's basically on page 16 of your manual here. So that's on page 16. So basically what it says, change to roof plans level 2. So we're moving from level 1 to level 2. And we're going to start basically putting in, setting it up first so it looks right, because it doesn't look like that, because it looks like this when you first do it. Go there, and the thing that's not clear from your manual, well, I didn't find it very clear, is these numbers here, but basically that's a 3,000. And I think that's a 2,000 there. So we'll put those numbers in and see what happens. I do apologize for that. I shall fix that for the next edition of this. All right. So let's go to Revit, which is right here. As I said, if we're at level 1, it looks like that. Level 2, this one here. Be careful you don't use the analytical. Analytical has basically, I suppose, this one you can't really see, but you can, like this is just an analytical. It just shows basically where the forces go through. So they're the structural walls. You can turn that off. Mind you, doing it in here turns off the only thing that's there. Sometimes you have a 3D analytical here, and that's got those blue things happening. So here you get that sort of happening in there, in the analytical. It shows the forces in the beams, so you can turn it off by using this little thing, the status bar here, which is hide analytical model if you don't want to see that. But that's what analytical again. Sometimes they're all mixed up together, so I could have, sorry I'm digressing a bit, but just remember to show you that here. See, I can have the analytical normal model showing at the same time as on top of the normal model, so you can turn that off if that happens to you ever. But anyway, work on the level 2, not the analytical one. All right, so that's what it looks like. And according to our notes, we have to go straight into the properties here, and we use the view range here to put in some different numbers. At the moment, it's got so it's associated with level 2, of course, because we are on level 2. Where is it? The cut plane is 300 above level 2, and then it only extends only 600 above that, above the level 2. So the numbers that I'm telling you to put in here is something like 3,000, so you're going way above, and so we can get the roof in. And I think this one here should be 2,000, and it's associated with level 2 still. The rest don't really change. I think they should be fine as they are. Let's see. Okay, so that basically we moved that a little bit, moved up a little higher, and we can see the actual roof now. All right, and there's the walls underneath dotted. All right, now we're going to duplicate sections, building sections north, south, and east, west, and rename them to be north, south dash roof and east, west dash roof, respectively. So, okay, so we're going to duplicate the view, just duplicate. Okay, so there it is. We're going to rename that immediately, and we're going to call it north, south dash space dash roof. All right, so that's that. So we're going to basically work on the roof on this one. And east-west, the same, right-click, duplicate that, and we're going to rename that. Right-click, rename, get rid of the copy of, delete that, and dash space dash roof. That's our roof. Okay, then it says, so basically we did that, duplicated that, modified the range so that the roof structure, well, it even says range, doesn't mean that range I did before, just means to extend this little viewport up, basically, so you can see the whole thing. And we're going to work on this one here. or might as well do both. So let's go into the Revit, and basically let's click on here. Once you click on here, you get the little controls here. You can just move it up so you can see the whole roof. Maybe I got too much there. There you go. So that's it there. And the other roof one again. Okay, let's move it up. There's the roof happening here a bit more. As you can see, there's no walls showing. It's probably because we turned the walls off earlier in the other, in the one we copied it from, which is fine for now. What it says here, you will need to turn the walls back on, basically, as well as modify the view crop region to include the roof. We've done that. So basically just the walls. So VV I'm going to type in, or VG. I'll type in W for wall. It gets me there a bit quicker. And I'll just put a tick next to that and go OK. So there's the walls there. So good. All right. This is showing the dashed walls there. My little figure doesn't, so that's fine. All right, I would like to add a beam, it says here. Let me just read off here. All right, so basically what it says, we would like to add a beam system along the roof plane at 22.5 degrees. So basically what it's saying is a beam system is just a bunch of beams that can easily be added into the roof. Instead of putting in a beam at a time, we can put in a whole bunch to a designated region. All right, and it'll just it'll come out right. Okay, so all right, so we need to rotate our work plane to be along the plane, all right, of the basically of the roof, which is similar to the AutoCAD UCS user coordinate system. All right, they're calling it work plane in here. Okay, we need to draw these beams on the level 2 view, on the view of level 2, but not aligned with level 2, because level 2 is flat along the X and the Y coordinate. All right, so we want to put it at 22.5 degree slant. All right, to do that, we're going to employ a thing called reference planes. All right, so reference planes and work planes work together. If you're going to have something unusual, something other than now we're going to do other than drawing something on the flat of the floor, like level 1 or level 2, you need to use work planes and proceed to sketch. Now, someone asked me, I was in this class, about how do you trim rafters, say, that are going way past the roof and through the, for example, through the gutter. You can use reference planes to actually do that as well. So, but we might look at that later. It's not part of this, but we might get a chance to look at it. All right, so that's when we get to it, that is. So basically, like trimming this, if it's gone past the fascia, you can use the reference plane along here and trim against that. Doesn't work very well with trusses though. All right, so let's have a look. Do these must apply that? Okay, so that's where we're going to work off. We're going to go to structure, we're going to get that. RP is a short command for reference plane, and proceed to sketch a reference plane to use to orient our drawings. See below for the hip roof section on the east-west. So this is a hip roof there. We're going to use one there, and we might want to lock it as well. So we'll try and remember to do that. All right, we're going to give it a name. What are we going to call it? Name box. We're going to call it hip. Okay, that makes sense. We're going to call one hip plane, and the other one's going to call gable plane. So let's do that. Let's go straight in here. And now the hip one is actually, since that was the first one, is actually this one here. That's the hip roof, and by that I mean this end here. That's what's called the hip roof. Over on the other side, we've got a gable. So that's, this sort of forms part of the gable. So I'm calling this reference plane along here the gable part. But yeah, so that's the hip one. We're going to work on that. So let's go with that. All right. So according to our diagram, we're going to draw something in here. Let's just flick here for a minute. We've got that. So it looks a bit like that. So let's go back here. I think we missed out on just changing some settings with regards to the view. I can't remember what it's supposed to be now, but yeah, that would have happened a bit earlier. Yeah, I've lost it, but anyhow, I'll just make it look like that. Basically, it's either fine or medium. Maybe it's fine. Not sure what it's supposed to be on. It's on hidden here. All right. This doesn't matter for the reference plane. It's just the way it looks. So let's go. It probably should be half tone or something. All right. So basically, I'll take the thick lines off for a minute so we can see better. So we're going to sketch this thing under here. I think it's supposed to be on course, surely. Yeah, a bit like that's better. Yeah, but anyway. Okay, so we're going to sketch this reference plane under here. And we can go to the architecture and we've got ref plane. Click that. And basically, just make sure you zoom in here and get the right spot. There. Alright. And to there. Just picking it up. It doesn't have to be right on there. It can be like, the continuation that came up before. That'll be fine. That's fine. Now, remember what it said about locking it? Just hit the lock there. That locks it to that. All right, so it's done. All right, so it's locked. Now the trick here, we can't name it straight away. We have to actually come out of this command. So we'll finish it. Then somehow go in and pick it up. Now if you can't pick it up, I did pick it up, but if you can't pick it up, you might have to use like a window and use your, like do that sort of thing and then use this, but usually you can pick it up. Alright, so we've got that. Now I can put the name in here, and that's going to become the hip plane. Okay, done. Alright, so now we'll just escape that and move straight away onto this while we remember how to do it. And I'm just going to put one along here. Let's make that a bit bigger there. Alright, oh yeah. Okay, so let's go with a architecture there. Let's put a reference plane. You can go for the structure as well, not just the architecture tab. Alright, so let's put it, where's this one going? Same place. There to there. There you go. Escape, we can lock it now. Escape a couple times, hit it, call it gable plane. Beautiful. Alright, they need to be, well, I didn't type it in. They need to be named because you can't select them in any other way. Yay, worked. Alright, good. So that's in. So how are we going? Not very well. We're running out of time already. 14 minutes gone and nothing happened. Alright, so we've done that. Now we're going to go to level 2. We've done that and we're going to start drawing stuff in. So a good time to stop here, and we're going to continue actually setting the plane next and actually starting to draw some things in it, on it, or in it. Alright, so I'll just stop this here for a minute.